You're watching Good Evening San Diego.
Former South Carolina attorney Alex Murdaugh has decided to testify in his own defense in his double murder trial.
I didn't shoot my wife or my son anytime, ever.
Yeah.
And it's overwhelming.
Alex Murdaugh is on trial for the murders of his wife Margaret and their son Paul, which happened just days after he was accused of extensive fraud at his namesake law firm. The judge in the case reminded Murdaugh that no one is going to be compelled to testify in their own criminal trial, but Murdaugh said he wanted to do it, and he's now admitted that, in fact, he was at the family's dog kennel with Maggie and Paul moments before they were murdered. He also says that he previously denied that. He lied about that during interviews with investigators. He also apologized to his family. So even if the jury does find Alex Murdaugh not guilty of the murders, he is still facing the possibility of decades in prison if convicted on the 99 financial charges, which he denies. So joining us now is criminal defense attorney Vikas Bajaj. He's been following the case. He's going to break it down for us. Great to see you, Vic. Thanks for coming by.
You. Thank you, Logan.
All right, so he's testifying in his own defense, which is unusual. Was that a good idea, and how do you think he did today?
Yes, it was the absolute only idea that I think that could possibly lead to an acquittal in this case. We've heard so much evidence about him being a financial fraudster, lying to clients, lying to his family, being a drug addict, staging his own attempted murder, which he actually wanted off himself. So what this says to the jury, Logan, is this is a person that cannot be trusted and is capable of anything. Now, the defense attorneys, you could tell by the questioning that the judge gave Mr. Murdaugh, did not want him to testify. I think that was wrong. In this case, you have to encourage the defendant to testify. The only hope here is the jury starts to understand the whys behind the lies. And he did a great job, in my opinion, of actually explaining that as a debilitated drug addict and an individual who took full responsibility for the financial crimes, which, as we discussed earlier, are really overshadowing the murder allegations in this case.
Why do the financial crimes allegedly come into a murder trial? How does that even, I guess, why are they together like that?
Well, the financial crimes coming in a murder trial is not a rule. However, motive coming in a murder trial is a rule. And in this case, the prosecution is claiming that the motive was financial, that Attorney Murdaugh was in such doldrums financially, his frauds were going to be exposed, so he needed to divert attention away from that. So then he decided to shoot his longtime wife and his youngest son brutally with both a shotgun and a .300 blackout assault rifle. That's the theory of the prosecution's case. Now, the danger is, as we travel through now the defense case and the cross-examination of the defendant, the focus from the prosecution is not the murder. It's the financial crime. So now the risk is that the jury is going to just get confused in a way and not concentrate on the issues at hand with the murder charges.
Who else would want these two people dead? And I know that the defense doesn't have to provide another reason for it, but it just sounds so odd, doesn't it?
It does sound odd, and we ask ourselves a question, Logan, can it really be that simple? Can the prosecutor be right that an individual could off his immediate family just to distract from financial crimes? Yeah. It's not to off your family and gain millions of dollars in life insurance to solve your financial crimes, which could be a compelling theory. But here we have evidence that there were no life insurance policies on both Paul and Maggie Murdaugh, so that's not the issue. Can it be that simple? I just don't believe it. And there has to be a, no pun intended, a smoking gun in this case, and the prosecution just doesn't have it.
They don't have the gun, right? I mean, what evidence do they have? And there's this videotape that apparently was taken by Paul, the son, with his cell phone around the time of the murder, right before it?
That's right. This was a video taken of a dog that they were taking care of who belonged, and the dog belonged to one of Paul's friends. And Paul was showing the friend a problem with the tail of the dog, some sort of a health issue. Now, that was a video taken approximately 3 minutes before the prosecution says the murders occurred. The time of death is established by the prosecution team by showing that there was no cell phone activity on either Paul's phone or Maggie's phone at that point, which again is 3 minutes after that video. Now, initially, attorney Alex Murdaugh denied that he was even there at the kennels. He took the stand today to say, in fact, I was there. I lied because I just had paranoia regarding the murders and my long-standing opiate addiction. I wasn't in the right state of mind. And on paper, Logan, that may not be compelling, but said with a Southern twang that he does so incredibly well. And understanding people who are going through these types of addictions just don't act rationally. It is and was quite compelling, actually.
So do you think he's convicted of the murders?
I mean, I would be a fool to sit here and rub a crystal ball and give a prediction. I've had many acquittals where I thought clients had a really strong chance of being convicted. The issue is very simple here. Does the jury sympathize with this man who's being brutally honest about certain things? And if the answer is yes, he'll be acquitted.
Okay. Vikas Bajaj, good to see you, Vic. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you so much,
Be careful
Logan.
on the way home. I think it's raining in some places.
Will do.
All right, Hunter.